So, I have two more questions. Environmental justice can be defined as the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people, regardless of race, color, national origin, or income, with respect to the development, implementation, and enforcement of environmental laws, regulations, and policies. Does this definition match your understanding of environmental justice? Why or why not?
No, because it's something I struggle with because this is so expensive. A lot of people can't afford to eat this way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not fair. That's not fair. But I have to look at my time and costs that go into it. And obviously, it's a capitalistic society, and we're trying to make a little bit of money, to live. And so, but it's definitely an elitist product right now, which is sad. And that's why our CAFOs, our concentrated animal feeding operations, and our industrialized food chain are feeding the nation because that food is so cheap. Mm-hmm. It is heavily government subsidized. It is, made so that people can afford it. And then the other problem is that you talk about food deserts. I don't know if you've gotten into that at all, but go to Providence. How many good grocery stores are there around in the sections that really need to eat better food? Mm-hmm. You go to those neighborhoods and you've got a convenience store. What's it got? High fructose corn syrup in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and so they don't have the access to the humanely raised, well-raised food. So it is an injustice. So I don't know the answer to that one. I always say.
Well, that's not what I expected. So
with everything that's going on with everybody, I think all you can do is just be your best self.
Exactly.
And I'm being my best self in my white environment, and that's.
Well, I think you're doing a great job.
Justice. But
healthy
that's not
farm.
necessarily justice. So, it's all depends on your privilege, and we definitely have privilege.
So my last question, kind of on that topic: why are farms important to environmental justice issues in the future?
Because they grow the food.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So, we need to make good food available for everybody, and there's definitely work towards that. I'm trying to think, it was almost a year ago, maybe not, can't remember because pandemic makes your mind fuzzy on timelines, but they opened Urban Greens in Providence, which is in the more low-income section of Providence, and it does bring in good food. And I'm not selling to them because I haven't had enough to sell, but they are trying to source healthier, locally grown stuff for the people in that area to be able to purchase. And so we need more of that. I always say when school trips come here, I say, now there's a reason why your teachers brought you to this farm and not Cumberland Farms.
Yeah.
And that's what people are eating out of, Cumberland Farms. Mm-hmm. You go there at lunchtime. How many people are getting their sandwiches there? Are those? I have a hard time with the food system. Or for instance, your Cisco's and your industrialized school food, because we, when we were first really getting together and talking about selling from the farm, we're going to sell to schools and this and that. No, schools buy through the government programs, Cisco, what's the other one? Aramark, so forth. But you can't compete with their cost of beef. Like they would pay you $1.50 a pound for something. It's like, I can't give it away. And so you just can't compete with that. So you're never going to get your foot in that thing unless you're in some privileged white school. It's hard to say, but yeah.